Okay, all right. So here we are with another episode of What I Wish You Knew About Your Wedding. Today, I'm really, really excited. We have our guest and also episode sponsor, TNK Photo. We have Elmer here, and we're really excited. We're going to be talking about photography, wedding day photography primarily is what we're going to be just going through that. We're excited to bring this to you guys so we can tell you guys what like a real day of wedding photography actually looks like versus the booking. So Elmer, I'm going to give it over to you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience and how long you've been doing this, et cetera, et cetera. Just, I mean, we know it's a lot of numbers, but why don't you give us a little bit about yourself and your company?
Yeah. So obviously, my name is Elmer Escobar. I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. It's been 19. It's going to be 19 years this month, actually.
Wow.
And at first, I was doing it, on my own, one man band kind of thing. I would, have some people that would shoot here and there. But over the last 10 years, a little over 10 years, we started the company TNK Photo because after teaching a couple of photographers, like basically from the ground up, I was like, wait a minute, we have something here. Like, if I'm not available to shoot something, I can send them out on my behalf and I can trust them fully because that was very important.
Right.
So it was a couple of years of training them before we even said, hey, we have a team.
Absolutely.
By the time I said that, we already had, 6 photographers, 7 photographers who were, who I could trust wholeheartedly.
Right.
So that's pretty much how TNK Photo came organically through just helping my friends, helping them do something for a living that I was getting to do.
Yeah, that's cool. So essentially, because you train them, you trust them, and it's like they're operating under the same way that you would do things, type of deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We hire, I always like to say this, we hire based off of personality, and then we'll teach you how to shoot. Now, if you come in and you already know how to shoot, great. But what I always say is I can teach somebody to be a good photographer. I can't teach them to be a good person.
Right.
So
Really
if you're a good person, I'll teach you how to shoot. We're going to have a great time. You're going to make a good living. Everything is, is all gravy. But if you're a great photographer, but I can't trust that you're going to be polite to our couples or be responsible or be on time, I can't teach you good habits, So yeah, that's essentially everyone on our team. I trust wholeheartedly that they're going to be.
Yeah, that's really cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, so when they hire TNK Photo and they get you as a company, it sounds like it really doesn't matter who they send out. It's all going to be on the same level. I mean, I can attest to this. He can attest to that. We've worked with you for years, and it's like anybody that we've seen from your team, whether it's you or another guy, like it to us from our perspective, it is definitely like top notch, really great communication. All your guys like never an
quality.
issue, like super informative, super understanding, always at the ready. Like we can attest to that, like with your company and your guys, like it is like a level above a lot of wedding photographers that are out there.
Thank you. I mean, and you know what it is, Scott? Like when our team shows up and I'm not there, they understand that regardless of who they're working with, we're all on the same team.
Right.
If you're there, if Tamika is there, anybody from any venue that we're working with, if they're there, make their life easy. Because I feel like a lot of photographers go out there and it's about me.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's not about
Oh,
me.
me and my schedule.
Absolutely. And
DJs they can be the same way, and we're not like
exactly.
that either.
Well, people
Yeah.
in general can be
In
that way.
general.
And I think a big thing about that is ego. I think that people think that like they're the most important. No, the most important thing is the person that you're working for that day,
Absolutely.
which is a
Client.
couple. So
Mhm.
whatever they want to do, that's pretty much what you're going to be doing that day because that's what we're there for. There are so many times where like we'll be shooting and I see that they're starting to get tired. And I'm like, I have the confidence, I feel like at this point that like I know we have enough. Go grab a drink. Go get something to
Take
eat.
a break.
Relax for a little
It's
bit.
okay.
Because you're going to remember that and enjoying your wedding more than the extra
Right.
10 photos
Don't
we
push
just
through
took.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have another episode we shot before and we talked about that. Like, hey, if you're at your wedding and you want to take something out, don't do it. Like, if you don't want to do the parent dances anymore, you just want to enjoy your time, like you don't
Yep.
want to stress about all these formalities, just enjoy it. And it is a level of confidence and experience to where you have to know when you can say that
Yep.
and who's and reading them and like we can do it.
Yeah.
We do it all the time. We just
Mhm.
we see them at the sweetheart table. We can tell, like you could
Yeah.
just tell something's going on, and I'll go over them like, "Hey, is everything okay? Are you guys good?" And then I'll be like, "Is there anything I can help with?" And that's my
Mhm.
open door for them to tell me like. And then sometimes they'll just say, "Ah, we're okay," but you know that there's something wrong. But then some people say, like, "Yeah, like, um, my mom and dad, they left. They
Mhm.
left, and they were supposed to give speeches,
Mhm.
and we're trying to figure that out." And it's like, well, it's okay. Like, it's okay if they left. This is simple, guys.
Yeah.
We just skip. We just take them out.
Right,
It's okay.
exactly.
Like we're
Yep.
just like they think because it's on the timeline, I have to still announce it or something. Like it's like no,
Right.
no, like no one's gonna get on the mic and be like, well, the groom's parents left, so we're gonna have to skip that speech. Like, but it's being sensitive and no, man, you guys are really great. Anybody from your team. So
And to touch on that,
yeah,
Scott,
good.
it's just about being human with people.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I think that sometimes people get too much into their own heads and they feel like everything should be perfect. This is life.
never.
Nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect.
So just talk to us.
Yeah.
Because whatever it is, we'll find a
Let
solution.
your vendor know.
Exactly.
Don't
Like
keep it to yourself.
we've had things where like the flowers are late. Okay, we'll hold each other's hands. You know what I mean? Like it's
Whatever.
not the end of the world. We
Yeah,
have solutions
big
for that.
deal.
Let's not let that little thing
Nothing,
ruin the
yeah.
day or ruin an hour even.
Right.
Same
Because an
mentality.
hour is a long
Exactly.
time out of an
Yep.
entire wedding.
Same mentality.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. Where we'll go through, walk us through, like what a couple when they book wedding day photography. Take me from like when you start, whatever that looks like, whether that's pre-ceremony or ceremony. Take me through like a typical like photography timeline on your end. Just your side. What do most people book? Let's do that first.
Yeah. I would say most people will book 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
It's rare that we end up doing 9, 10 hours. And I know I posted some videos on YouTube before, and some photographers will be like, "Man, that's light work." Blah blah. And I'm like, "Listen, I don't give a shit, man. Like this is
Who
what
cares?
we
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
okay?" And I don't know many brides and grooms who want photos of them at 11 o'clock at night, sweaty,
Right.
dancing, drunk.
Whatever.
There comes a point where they don't need us.
Yeah.
So the way that, to answer your question, the way that we work that is we use the hours that we have on the beginning of the day instead of at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely do we stay until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, everybody's messy, everybody's been dancing, everybody's exhausted.
Right.
Like, I don't want a camera in my face. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
So what we help them with is I have a form that they fill out, and it literally takes like 3 minutes to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
We are very, very adamant and conscious about their time because they have 30 other vendors that they got to deal with. We're going to send you a timeline that takes 3 minutes to fill out. You attach things that need to be attached, which would be like the timeline for the reception.
Mhm.
Usually they get that from the DJ or from the
Coordinator.
the venue, anywhere. So I'll look at that and I'll go, okay, if cake cutting is the last thing that you guys are doing, and that's at 8:30, we'll schedule to be leaving around 9 p.m., 9:30, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll work the schedule backwards from there. So on a 6-hour day, we'll do 3:30 to 6:30, 3:30 to 9:30. That should be enough coverage for what we need if everything's in one location.
Okay.
So we'll start with some getting ready, finishing getting ready. And by getting ready, sometimes brides are like, "Do you need to be there right at the beginning?" No, we do not. We get there getting ready means like right at the end of getting ready.
Mhm.
So when the makeup, the hair is almost pretty much finalized. Because if we take photos of you at the beginning of getting makeup done, you're probably not going to want those photos anyway.
Right.
Right.
So we're going to get there right near the end. We're going to do the dress, the shoes, jewelry, all the things that you put a lot of time and attention to.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take care of those details. And then after that, we'll either do a first look if they want to see each other before the ceremony. If they don't want to see each other before the ceremony, that's okay. Like, don't let anybody pressure you to
Absolutely.
do,
Right. Do
something
what
you
you
don't
want.
want to do. This is your wedding. And I
Right.
always tell them that we're going to work with whatever details you send our way, whether it's the first look, no first look, we'll figure it out.
Mhm.
That's what we're there for. So if they don't